actually, I try to keep the stories and the photos under the age of 12. And the reason for that is we start to censor ourselves. When we're very young, you know, the younger we are, the more of our real essence gets captured in a photo. By the time we're 8, 9, 10, you know, and especially preteen, we've gotten the message. Don't act that way.
Right. Don't
put your hand, you know. And so we start to become self-conscious and we censor ourselves. So that's what I want. The younger the photos, the better, because you're getting a completely unfiltered moment captured by a camera. The other funny thing is, you know, when you hear parents say, I had no idea. I mean, either they or an older sibling took all these photos. It wasn't like a cabal of gay mice. You know. And so, you know, obviously, it's a funny joke, like, you have met your child, right? I just think, you know, some parents, especially older generations, it just wasn't talked about. They didn't want to believe it. You know they knew it. It's like what I said earlier about our moms. And we're so kind of intrinsically tied to our moms. Our moms know us, I think, more than anybody. But as far as coming out, yeah, I mean, it really is up to the person. So in other words, like if you wanted to tell me you came out later in life, then that could be part of what you would set into the blog. And everything gets posted. I do edit them. I mean, I know, like for a lot of people, this is kind of their only outlet. You know, I've gotten stories from, you know, deep in the Bible Belt or, you know, small towns, and I've gotten these like 600 or 800 word, you know, stories, and they're too long. I know that sounds horrible, but I think you start you start to lose readers' interest if it's too long. And B, there's some superfluous details that, you know, can sort of be shaved off. It's really, tell us about, you know, how you felt, how people treated you, how you got through it. I find that is more compelling than, you know, the other kind of minutiae of the growing up story. Did you have a question?
Well, I was just going to say, with the subtitle, like Real Stories of Growing Up Gay, that would sort of eliminate 40-year-olds.
Well, I mean... But you still, well, but there's a difference between being out. I mean, I wasn't out till I was 19. I was gay out the whole time, though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I didn't know what it meant.
But that's what the stories are about then, is growing up.
Yeah.
Right,
gay.
right, yeah.
Not coming out.
That's true, right, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's really, it is less about coming out, more about just the general experience. Yes. Wait, can we just, wait, stand up. Stand up.
Shut up.
Everybody, huge round of applause for Jane Weedland of the Go-Go's. I know.
Awesome. No, you look great.
Did you have a question?
I do have a question.
Okay.
Is there any way to tell from the hits you get on the website how many? Honestly, there can't be any way to tell. Is there how many of the people are actually, you know, gay?
Coming back or no,
gay or gay supporters, and who? Like, do you know how you're influencing people? Do you know if parents are coming and like?
No.
Because this is all about changing.
Right.
It's not about gay people going like, woohoo, other gay people are gay, you know.
Right.
And it's
Well, I think there's elements of that. I think when the blog started, and in fact, I know when the blog started, people thought the idea was you find the gayest photo you have, and that it was more of like a silly thing.
Right.
And that was okay. Like I didn't mind. You know, there really was no right or wrong. But then, very quickly, it really became about the stories. You know, people figured out, okay, this isn't about just finding sort of a stereotypical photo. It was more about telling a story. As far as the hits, no. I mean, I can see, you know, where traffic comes from. You know, if someone writes about the blog, I can see how many people it led, but there's no way to tell of each hit, gay, straight. I don't think your computer, they know everything about us, but I don't think they know that, you know. I don't know if they know my keyboard's queer, but...
Have you ever heard from people that have said, oh, I finally get it, that this isn't something people choose, this is, I mean, because that's what it's all about, is just showing that this is no different than having brown eyes, or, you know.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the early feedback were from parents, really cool parents. Like, things like, my 7-year-old son, I think I'm seeing some signs, you know, he's creative and artistic, he doesn't play sports. And I hate to say that these are the stereotypes, but stereotypes are real. And we shouldn't be ashamed of them. They make up all parts of who we are. I mean, straight people have stereotypes, gay people, you know, we all have, they're real in every community. But most of the feedback were from parents. I got a lot of older people who said, I really haven't been able to come out, you know, I was married a long time, or I live in a situation where I just can't. And I think I know I got some people that even with their childhood photo, they gave me a fake name, and even a fake city, and that's okay, you know, if that's how they felt more comfortable telling their story. I don't want anybody to get busted or outed by accident or whatever. But yeah, I wish I could find that out, like who says, yeah, you know, they are born that way. I think anybody with half a brain realizes this. I think it's only the people that are like fighting reality that can't grasp what's so obvious, or refuse to grasp it. I don't know. I don't know how those people, where they get their info. I mean, I think I know. Begins with an F and ends with an X. It's not a news channel, though. Any other questions? No?
Where do you live?
LA. I'm originally from Boston, but I've been in LA since 1988, so I'm an LA boy. Yes?
Thank you. I love the book.
Thank you.
Are you thinking? I have a two-part question actually. Are you thinking of maybe having a sequel, more stories, and also I have a really ugly bag that I carry this great book in. Might there be a book tote? Wearing this great book tote.
This is my friend Mo, and for like 8 months now, every once in a while I'll get a note on Facebook. Put it on a tote bag. A t-shirt. He's like, and I love it. But I think I would like to do maybe some merch. I've been having this discussion about doing more volumes. Like I would love volume 2, volume 3. The problem is, you know, in publishing, publishers look at stuff, it's like a record company, you know, they put out a record,
Right.
they
How
do
much
their
does it
push,
sell?
and then it's on to the next thing.
Yeah.
And I'm in that place now. Like, my publisher is basically, after tonight, my publisher's kind of done giving me any promotion. And I'm recording this now, I won't put it online, but, you know, they're going to move on to the next book that they have. And I personally feel that this book doesn't have a shelf life. I feel like this book can live and be new. It'll be new to every person that picks it up, it'll be new. It won't be dated, and it'll still be important. And
Until there's no stigma about being gay.
right.
You should push it in schools, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
We
and
should
that's,
teach stuff like this in schools.
That's the other
Books of
thing is-
children, because children are innocent, so that's the beauty of this book too, is that you see all the pictures of the children, and I think it hits the hearts of a lot of people when they look at that, and they're like, you know what, I am open to this.
I was saying to my friend, you know, someone had asked, oh, you should do before and after, have the
Right.
childhood photo and the adult photo. And I sort of disagree with that because I think
Yeah,
the way
yeah, it ruins it.
well, it takes it out of the essence of what's trying to be put forth, which is children are gay too.
Yeah.
And I was saying to Oscar, you know, it's very hard, it's easy to be homophobic to an adult, it's pretty hard to hate a kid,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah,
Yes.
'cause kids are innocent.
Yes.
They're
So if
just
thanks, thank you.
beautiful. You're awesome.
So if the images are part of that, you know, maybe I shouldn't hate these people. If that is part of the helping, then I think that's a great bonus.
Yeah.